Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of The Wiley Show. I definitely want to get into these topics. It's a full show, so we definitely going to talk about a lot today. A full show today. And my first topic of this, I ran across this on Facebook. We're going to talk about Nicki. We're going to talk about Chrisean Roc, and we're also going to talk about Jason Lee. He represents District 6 of Stockton, California. So I'm going to read the post. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and we're going to read the post what he put on his social media. There's some news out of Stockton. I was like, oh, we definitely got to talk about it. Give me a second while I bring it up. It's to load up. I want to share that. So when you come on in, like the video, and also we're going to talk about Reid. We're going to talk about Reid and Bishop Bernard Jordan. We're going to talk about that as well. So we got a lot of stuff that we're going to discuss. Reid stuff as well. Let me see where his page at. Okay, give me a second. Where is that post at? Okay. It's right here. Ooh. Hey, y'all. I see y'all in the chat. Make sure y'all share the live and thumbs up. So the Stockton City Council voted no on a $58 million to help youth, a program to support youth, and create prevailing wage jobs. I want to thank Councilman Mario for their hard question support and attempt to make this work for our city. Elections are coming up. Stockton will stay the same and continue to decline if you elect people who can't fight for a better city. Embarrassed to be a part of this group, but I will continue the good fight for District 6. Here's my quote from last night. Tonight's presentation was a chance for Stockton to secure critical resources for our youth, create good paying jobs for our residents, and provide 20 beds for homeless youth in need. It was an opportunity to collaborate with the county and activate an underutilized city-owned property and demonstrate real leadership. And the council failed. While I believe politics played a role in its outcome, this decision doesn't hurt me; it hurts Stockton. I continue to fight to bring innovation, opportunity, investment to our city, even when others don't share the same vision. First of all, ever since Jason Lee got into being in the city council, ever since he got elected, ever since he got onto this whole situation, becoming the vice mayor, he had been dealing with a lot of pushback. Let me say this: when you get elected to office and you coming in as an outsider, they're going to make your job extremely hard. When I tell you they're going to make your job extremely hard, they're not going to pass what you want to pass. They're not going to make you win because Jason Lee will definitely criticize. I remember one time he criticized the mayor of Stockton and said that she was a Karen. So understand that when you criticize these people, they're not going to pass legislation to help you grow your city or help your district. So it's a battle. And I remember he did an interview and he said that publicly, they always say, don't drag me publicly. Sing my praises publicly, but disagree with me privately. And Larry said, Jason Lee said, listen, I'm going to disagree with you publicly. And so that's not how politics works. So he's understanding that this is why government moves slow. And I have to say this, that you get people in these positions that want to keep the status quo, meaning I don't want it to change for the better. When Jason went and did Wild 'N Out, and he had like this Wildin' Out situation, brought people to Stockton. They was performing on the stage, and he spent, I believe they said $50,000 out of the risk fund or something that you could use like emergency fund or something for the city. They literally try to make it seem like he scammed that money, but he said he could have the right, and many people pretty much gave him pre-approval, said you can use the money, but they changed their mind and started dragging him on the media. So Jason have been in this office since November of since January of this year, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he got sworn in January of this year. It's a battle. It's not going to be easy trying to win over people that want to keep Stockton the same. I've talked to people that said, Stockton need to change. It's dry. It's nothing to do. We don't have a great nightlife. It's a lot of great businesses not here. But if you elect people in office that don't want to have the city move forward. They want the city to continue to be boring. Nothing will change. So I respect that Jason is trying to change his city for the good, but unfortunately, he need more people on the city council that have his same vision. If you don't have the people that have your same vision, you will lose. Even if you get elected to Congress, you only one congressperson. If you don't have the majority of people that believe in your vision, you're not going to go anywhere. So that's where we're standing with this whole situation in Stockton, that with the youth, that they do need to have an ordinance to help homeless youth and have beds and stuff like that. You do need to have that. They said Wiley was campaigning hard for Jason like Trump, and he won. Not only did Jason Lee won the election, and also Donald Trump won, because I knew who was going to win. I mean, I sit on the sideline of politics. You know who's going to win. Because I saw how base Jason Lee was, and I thought that Jason Lee was doing a good job with his campaign, because at first I was like, okay, I want Kimberly Wormsley. She's the former vice mayor and representative District 6. But when I saw what Jason Lee was campaigning for, bringing, being honesty, transparent, bringing programs for the youth, bringing down unemployment, investing in the community of District 6, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's really doing something. Really. And then when he did a video and when he did a video and he showed the guy when he was like a slum landlord and he had interviewed the tenants, I said, this is a politician I want to see in office that's going to shake things up. But now that he's in there, he's just one person. So you don't have the majority on your side, you're definitely not going to win. And also, I wish that Jason Lee learned how to compromise with the people, because you may not be able to get everything. You got to know how you do all of that stuff. Yes, I remember. You got to know how to compromise. So you come in and try to shake it. If you ain't get the majority of the people on your side, nothing will get done. So that was down my timeline. That was my hit it and quit it on that. Yes, I remember when I interviewed Kimberly Wormsley. I do remember when I interviewed her. I do remember I interviewed her and she was on the live. I do remember. I said, now, wait a minute. When she came on the live, I said, oh my God, I said, wait a minute. And then I had to change up the whole situation of trying to endorse her. So I withdrew my endorsement, and then Jason Lee inboxed me. He was like, I know you love, he posted on Facebook, I know you love me. Yeah, so the comedy equipment giving great quality because it's during the daytime. It's during the daytime. So that's how to go. We got a lot to discuss. Y'all bear with me. Y'all got to bear with me. So this whole thing with Nicki Minaj, I need y'all to share and thumbs up this live. Nicki was posting on her page. She was like, let me see what the post talking about. She don't want to release her album. Let me bring this up, child. When I tell you this woman need help, she definitely need help. And I'm just trying to keep it real. Give me a second while I bring it up. This is what Nicki wrote. Let me go to her page. I saw this last night, and I was going to hop on live and talk about it. Nicki said, okay, I'm not going to put out the album anymore. No more music. I hope you're happy now at Jay-Z. She at Jay-Z, Sean Carter, X page. She said, bye, Barbs. Love you for life. This woman has been going on a rant for the past months. I believe that Nicki should take a break off the internet, reflect, go to counseling, go to therapy, go to all these places, because you allowing this Jay-Z piece to come against you. You think she still haven't showed no proof of what Jay-Z was doing. Where is the proof of what Roc Nation is doing? Where is the evidence? So if you're not showing no evidence of Jay-Z holding you back or Roc Nation holding you back, this is crazy. And I'm gonna say this, I was thinking about this earlier. Nicki Minaj is dealing with her karma and how she dealt with Lil' Kim. If you remember, when Lil' Kim was speaking truth to power about how Nicki was, people didn't want to believe Lil Kim. It took years for people to say, you know what, quiet the noise. Okay, now I apologize. Okay, Kim was right. This situation, Nicki, the reason why you're going through it is because when you were coming up, you trashed a lot of people. You said you was going to take her spot. Now you got the spot. Now people coming for you and you can't handle it. And you're trying to blame the reason why it's more female rappers out here is all because of Jay-Z. The reason why we got a Cardi B is because she's part of the she's an industry plant that Roc Nation planted to go against my spot. But you're not telling the people that because of your success and because of how you open the door up for female rappers in this current industry, that more female rappers will come. But because you're jealous and you envy of other women and that you don't allow their light to shine, that you feel some type of way, now you want to say, oh, I don't want to release no album. I don't want no album to come out. And I posted something on the short here, and give me a second. The Barbs have been dragging me, and they even follow me over there on Threads. Okay. They even dragging me on Threads. And because I said what I said about Nicki. Because Nicki Minaj $20 million LA home is siege. Now she saying that she don't even want to release no album. Give me a second. Let me see if I can bring that up where I said so y'all can get a remembrance of what I put out there. Nicki Minaj $20 million LA home at risk of being seized over massive debt. Oh, this is an exclusive on US Magazine, so I read it. So she owes some debt of putting her hands on a security officer and her husband, and she didn't pay that debt, which was like $500,000. It was a lawsuit back in 2019, and so now the lawsuit, they won the lawsuit against Nicki, and so now they want to seize the property to pay for that lawsuit that was granted by that the person won in court. So now the mortgage got a $13 million mortgage lien on the home, and also they have some else on the home as well. This is bad for Nicki. So wow, Nicki, is you about to be homeless? This will never happen to Lil Kim. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. This will never happen to Lil Kim. Nicki Minaj 20. So I'm just giving my thoughts and I'm posting everywhere, and of course people watching it and stuff like that. Nicki, you got to be careful. Like when I tell people, when somebody's doing great and you treat them bad, be careful how you treat people going up, because you may have to kiss their butt coming down. And I think that's the downfall of Nicki Minaj. It's not that because she's not selling, it's because she have insecurities that she wanted to be the only one and all of that. Now, when it comes to the situation with Lil Kim, I've always said that, she made some bad business decisions and it hurt her in the long run. But Nicki also made some bad business decisions today in her current business. She did not go out there getting a fashion line deal. She did not go out there getting a makeup deal or liquor license deal. So a lot of deals she did not do. So now, because she lost so much and that she's getting dragged, she's dealing with her personal demons, you clearly see it. Someone got on the phone with me and they literally said, I believe she's manic. And I said, I agree. I believe that she developing, allegedly some manic behavior, honestly, some serious manic behavior that she think it's okay to drag somebody on the internet and dragging Cardi. But you really don't want Cardi to be out here in the first place. Ever since Cardi got on the scene, you've been feeling some type of way. Even when y'all was on Motorsport, Nicki literally tried to rewrite her verse because she heard Cardi B verse, so she went back to rewrite her verse and tried to throw shade at Cardi. Okay. So you got to be very, very careful when it comes to stuff like that. That's when I leave, of course, while be chatting. Hello, y'all. So that's just my whole point. And I love the fact that Nicki did create a lane for all female rappers now. I give her kudos for that. But Nicki also wanted to manipulate the public to believe that it is a system trying to take her out. It's a system of people don't want to deal with your nasty ways. Why don't Queen Latifah fool with you? Why don't Missy Elliott fool with you? Because they understand your true nature. That you don't get along with women. Do you know you got to be a sad person as a woman to not get along with women? I remember I was working on a job. This female told me, she said, I don't get along with women. I said, how you can't get along with women? You are a woman. You know why you can. And I always say, when women go against women, you never can get along. You always falling out. You can't see eye to eye. What is going on that you can't see eye to eye in this type of situation? What is going on with that? But you a woman. But women, y'all have to do better and getting along with people. And I've been around on this platform with a lot of women, and I'm like, whoa, y'all getting y'all feelings, y'all. It's that time of the month, y'all. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? Because I'm a man, so I don't jump off like that. So I'm like, wow, why you can't get along, y'all women? That's supposed to be your sister. Get along, you know. So when it comes to Nicki, I believe she is a control freak. If you even go back to what Ice Ice said when she tried to control Ice Spice to work with her label and to try to get her to sign. And Ice Spice said, no, I don't want to sign to your label, girl. I don't care what you was doing to Lil Wayne and all that type of stuff. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody got time for that. And then also, too, and I'm going to say this, I know I'm going to get dragged. But if you have money and people taking your money and stealing your money, something is wrong. You got all that time going on the internet and people just robbing you blind because your priorities ain't your priorities is messed up. You got to know what goes to your account, what's not going to your account. You know what I'm saying? You should know that as a person that these are your finances. How you not know? And I give you the side eye, but all these, when Cardi gonna drop an album, when Ice Spice gonna drop an album, when Bia gonna drop an album, all these people gonna drop an album. But Nicki, unfortunately, she's not showing a good example. And then also a lot of people, I'm telling you, a lot of people is coming in. I do believe she having a financial crash out, no shade. But Milan Christopher, he is a person, he wrote this about Nicki Minaj. He said, let's be clear from this and this from the horse's mouth. A man sued Nicki and her husband in 2019 for $700,000. The court decided he would be awarded $500K in March of 2024. Nicki had refused to pay the man, so he's now asking the courts to seize her $20 million home to get his payment. She's not $20 million in debt. She owes the man suing her. She owes the man suing her $500K. She's not behind on no MF house payments. That's a lie, according to the U.S. Weekly. She is behind. Mortgage or property tax. Nicki is worth $190 million. Do the math. Nicki house is not in debt. It's actually paid off. That's a lie. But since she didn't pay the man his $500K, which she didn't have to, yes, she do. I mean, you have to pay it. If it's a court order, you have to pay it. You have to pay it. So I'm not understanding why he said it can't. But this is how delusional these barbs are. They'll be saying, oh, she don't have to pay. Yes, she do. She have to pay that $500,000 judgment. If your husband gets into a lawsuit, correct me if I'm wrong, and you and your husband get named in a lawsuit and you lose and you don't pay the debt, they can ask the courts to sell that home to pay off that debt. I would tell everybody, like, if your husband have child support and they can't get to the husband, they will go on your account and try to get those child support payments as the wife because you married to that man. That's why you got to be careful who you married. So I don't believe that she's worth $190 million. That's straight cap. But I don't believe that. That's internet stuff. And I've told y'all, when y'all go on the internet, it's not no verified source of $190 million. It's not a verified source. Those are estimations, what they think she may have, or it'd be like the artist say, "Hey, just put down I'm worth $190 million just for my fans to know I'm rich." But in your bank account, do you have that money like that? Okay. She lost him when she married a man. Yes. So when you marry a man that violated women and also that have other criminal manslaughter charges, that's the guy you married. So that says a lot about your character. Your character is flawed. Because if you can't tell me you a classy woman, that you a bad B, and you marry a man that have a very, very nasty, disgusting past, that he had to forever register as an SO offender. And that's who you married. And also not only married, thank you, not only married, but also had a baby by him. You literally also had a baby by that man. So, Nicki, if you see this video, take a break. I remember when I first got out of jail, so let me take a break being on the internet. Let me take a break. Let me not be on the internet. Let me take a break. And ever since I came back, people have something to say. So let's go. Let me get some other topics, and then I want to talk to y'all and get into other stuff. That's Nicki. So Chrisean Roc, baby. Chrisean Roc had her baby. I couldn't believe this. On Twitch, on Ray J Twitch, and they were doing a skit, a Maury skit. If you the baby father, if you baby father, why in the world, Chrisean, would you bring your baby, your newborn, your child on a Twitch stream for clicks and views? That's sad. That is sad. It's no way in the world that you're going to bring literally your child with all them germs and doing all that for a click and a view. Are you that desperate for coins that you use your child? Me personally, I don't think that you should bring your baby on Twitch. Just like I don't believe people should bring their kids on YouTube. That's just my personal belief. And I remember that it was Illinois, they had changed the law that if you're using kids for content, that you have to put the money that they made in a trust fund, because a lot of parents was using their kids for clicks and views, even if they crying, if they were hungry, all for a click and a view. Crazy. They said that baby wasn't even moving or engaged. A 2-year-old will be walking. She sat that baby in the chair, and he was immobile. She said she is a sick person. You should not let the baby suffer. No, you shouldn't bring that on camera. They said Ms. Roc is slow. Ray J is on the book of sugar. And you can definitely tell. And that's why his family don't fool with him. This family know what's going on with Ray J. He choosing that lifestyle, and they don't want to be around it. He choosing that lifestyle. And I looked at Ray J and I said, Ray J, to myself, and I'm telling y'all now, why in the world would you even go on Tasha K's show? Did y'all see the episode when he went on Tasha K's show? Did y'all see the episode when he was over there with Tasha K? Literally over there with Tasha K. Why in the world are you over there with Tasha K doing an interview? Literally over there with Tasha K, crying because she's asked you a question about your sister, but you're literally on a platform where this woman talked about y'all father. I remember she did it. She did a whole YouTube video literally talking about your father. Tasha K interviewed Ray J. The clip is all on Twitter. The clip is on her YouTube, and then she interviewed A1. But the Ray J clip went viral because Brandy and them don't fool with them. They keep their distance. Of course you love, but you have to keep your distance because of how you act. So of course I'm not going to be around you and all that stuff of how you act. Of course not. Or you doing all that type of stuff? Ain't no way in the world that I'm gonna be with you and you up there doing all that crazy stuff. Okay, we got to be love for a distance. I can't be around you, I have a friend that got on drugs, and he was really, really close. This friend was, when I tell you close, man, so close that we moved. I moved in with him, and we move when he moved to Texas. I eventually had me to move in with him in Texas, all that stuff, and he had got on drugs to the point that it got so bad with crystal meth, I had to pull back. I said, "There's no way in the world that I can continue to be with you, around you, with that drug addiction." Now, I still love my friend. I still love him. I still keep him in my prayers. He still, you know what I'm saying, and in my prayers, I still think about him a lot. But I had to create distance from him because I'm saying I can't be around a person that is on addicted to drugs. I just can't be around it. And it's very, very sad. And even though at one point I felt guilty because he did give me to Texas and all that, but he had got on the drugs so heavy. So it's even to the point that I can't even check on him because he never could keep a phone. Like, he's heavy on the drugs, heavy on the drugs, heavy on the drugs, and it affected his mental health. And at one time, we tried to get him to help. We tried to get him into rehab. We tried to get him into some services. He refused all of it. And he kept saying he don't have a problem, but he got addicted. And he kept playing around on drugs and stuff like that. And literally, I said, I just can't be around. I just can't be around it at all. Like, literally, I can't be around with it at all. Like, this ain't nothing I could be around. Hell no. So I have a distance. So if it is true that Ray J doing a booger sugar, his family said we want to keep a distance because when you do them drugs, stuff like that, it alters your personality. You start doing weird stuff in your behavior. This is why I tell everybody that when you literally come on here and you have this conversation and you in this type of thing, you literally have to be careful because the drug use can really alter your behavior. He said he used to be on lean real heavy. It's crazy. And that's why they don't want to be fooled with him. That's why Miss Norwood don't want to be fooled with him. Like, it's nowhere in the world that I want to be fooled with him and stuff like that. They said Milagro is being sued again. Kevin Show, please, Milagro being sued again. Who is she being sued by who? Wait a minute. Who is she being sued by? We got some breaking news. Let me put her name in the title. I mean, in the search bar. Let me see. Who is she being sued by? I don't see no extra lawsuit. What lawsuit y'all talking about? Only thing I see about Milagro Grahams is that Megan Thee Stallion wins sanction against Milagro Grahams over thousands of deleted messages, text messages. The judge ruled that the blogger Milagro Grahams must cough up the reasonable amount of fees and costs and cure bringing the issue to the court's attention. That's what I see. I don't see her being sued nowhere. Where that information at? Oh wow. Wait a minute. Can somebody send me the court documents? Let me put my email address on here. Give me a second. Hold on. Don't tell nobody else. Of course, they're gonna use Black China. So maybe we'll see. I get into Nicki. This probably won't be a lengthy live, but hey, Wiley. Oh yeah, what? Oh, so you live? Yes. What's good, Wiley? I'm live. I'm live right now on YouTube. Somebody just said, "Come to Canada." K, it's like Cam K show because Milagro getting sued again. What happened? Because I'm live right now on YouTube.
Okay, pause that, Miles. Yeah, so, well, basically, yeah, we had just found out that she being sued by, you know, a former mob member, you know, somebody who had went to Count Mob, and his husband, they're saying that, you know, his husband was sexually assaulted, basically, and, you know, she got them overly drunk and stuff, and then, you know, so they're suing her for like $50,000 right now. What else had happened, Miles? You can, Miles, help me out.
I'm here.
I'm over here, bro. What else
Wiley, this is Miles with Leilani Block, lblock.org.
I ain't saying no promo.
Milagro was sued by two people that attended Camp Mob, a gentleman by the name of Tollfree and his husband. And they're stating that because of Camp Mob and Milagro Jeffries, which they said is Alex, and John Doe 1 and John Doe 2, which we believe John Doe 2 might be Rennie. One of them might be Rennie, because Milagro had started telling her people about this lawsuit this morning, saying like, oh, it's coming, it's coming. And then when it got released publicly, we came over here to Cam's, and we were Cam's show. Make sure you guys download and stream Freeway on Spotify, his awesome song. And we started reading the case. And so the case is actually more for shock value than anything, because at one point they're trying to sue Airbnb as well as the rental company of the unit for not giving them protection. But the crux of the lawsuit is they're saying that Milagro set them up into a situation so that she could record them and profit off of the video. She applied them with extra liquor, and then they separated this guy Tolfer from his husband, and then eventually had them get into a fight, and one of them leaves. So then they take Tolfer up into a room. John Doe 1 leads them by the hand, and then John Doe 2 is already in the room. And then at that point, they say they SA him. They record it. And then they're alleging that Milagro took the recording and profited off of it by replaying it on all of her platforms. As well as they're saying Milagro admitted on her platform that they picked the lock and had went in, which they're saying is an invasion of privacy.
Wow. So question, so is they going to sue, okay, they sue Milagro, is they suing a guy that actually SA'd these people?
There's like 5 defendants at the moment. They keep saying Milagro and defendants, which is Milagro, Jeffries, which is Alex, and then John Doe 1, John Doe 2, as well as Airbnb, and then a company called Texas Rentals or Texas, I'll get the name for you in a second, but it's insignificant.
Oh my.
But here's the kicker. One of the people that, you know, they said, you know, did the SAing actually, you know, went over there to Milagro Graham station today, and I guess they had gotten a little tussle. So we actually just wait for her to get off live so we can get that audio. I don't know if she's going to delete the show or what, honey, but that was some tea. I need to get that, honey.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all definitely tell me if it's deleted or saved, child. Let me know. Okay. You said, oh, they did? Yes. We trying to find him. I'm trying to see where he is, but you said she off?
Yeah.
Well, let me know if the show saved.
Oh, that's the other thing, Wiley. This morning, it happened so perfectly for me. I was actually listening to Milagro's show, and I don't normally listen. And I don't know why. Something just told me in my soul, get over there. And they started talking about the lawsuit. But I didn't realize a person came in the chat, and they were like, this is Rennie. You need to stop talking about me, Milagro. And then Milagro goes, oh, right away. And I saw the comment, and normally I don't always catch the comments before she deletes them. But I saw the comment, and I thought it was a fake Rennie. So then she goes, oh, Rennie, you ain't getting no time over here, blah, 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 blah. So then Rennie goes on his live, and I go to Rennie's live, and Rennie's like, yeah, that was me. I was in the chat. She need to start mentioning my name. But then what got exposed was Milagro goes, because they're both on air at the same time, and I'm listening to both, and they're literally both going, bitch, 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 like at the same time. That's the cutest thing. It reminded me of the old Milagro summer when we was all right at the end when we were together. But then Milagro goes, oh, Rennie's been giving me information behind the scenes trying to help me out.
Wow, that's crazy.
So Rennie's dogging her in behind the scene. He's like, "Oh, baby, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay."
Miles, is it possible for you to pull that live up?
What live?
Millie's live. They said she's off of it. They said it's up.
No, I can't. I can only if it's on YouTube. I can do it, but I can't do Stationhead because they broke ass. This app don't work on my shit. You know?
Oh, damn, I forgot. Oh, yeah,
well, thank you. I don't want to hold you up, Cam K, but thank you for sharing that, because I was like, oh my God, I'm like, is this real? Like, wait a minute, this is crazy. She got 2 lawsuits. This is crazy.
It's not going to go very far, and if anything, she could probably settle for a nominal amount, but she's begging, and she was almost in tears this morning with her followers, or the mob, because she's like, y'all got to give to the legal fund. You guys know I'm here for you. Are you guys a part of this or not? We need this money. We need this lawyer. Are you with me or are you not? And then she started tearing up at one point. You could hear her voice, and she's like, come on, you guys. Where are the donations? She was begging hard.
Wow. Wow. So I'm gonna definitely come back on. I'm about to finish.
Yes,
I'm gonna definitely come back on, Cam, and I'm gonna reach out to you because I got to bring you on the show, Cam, one of these days.
Okay, yes, for sure, definitely.
You bring Cam on, your numbers go up.
Yes, we need it. Thank you.
Come back after you get off
Okay.
or whatnot. We're gonna listen to the rest of Armand's commentary.
Okay.
Listen to Milagro.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, so I went over there. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. When y'all have these, oh Lord, that's just really crazy. Okay, so I want to get into Larry Reid piece. I'm not gonna make this too lengthy, too long, because I gotta take notes and come on back and talk about this Milagro Graham stuff. So I'm gonna keep my commentary to myself right now. But I'm gonna talk about this Larry Reid. Then we'll come back and talk about Milagro Graham. So that makes sense. So with Larry Reid, I want to share this with Larry Reid and Bishop Bernard Jordan. I want to say this, that if you are a pastor and you are out here spiritually coming out to people and telling them to pay you money for a prophecy, I have a problem with that, especially when you're just doing it on your own accord. God ain't tell you this. You just created this out of the woodwork. There is nowhere in the scripture, I believe, that y'all correct me if I'm wrong, that you can put your birthday in a website and get a prophecy. I don't see that nowhere in the scripture. When it comes to Larry Reid and Bishop Bernard Jordan, I was able to watch Bishop Bernard Jordan on St. James show. I watched it, and he wasn't really being shady towards Larry Reid. And I got about maybe 30 minutes left on that live to get more of a picture. But of all the stuff that I've heard when he was on the live, he really wasn't being shady. Now, Bishop Bernard Jordan, if you have not heard, have rented out his church building to Pastor Stevenson, a pastor out in New York. And it was in a good, nice, predominantly nice area, expensive area. So the pastor was behind about $500,000 in rent. So if you're behind on rent, of course the landlord going to demand their money and want you to remove the stuff, so he moved out. And I guess Larry mad that Bishop Bernard Jordan is talking about it on YouTube and stuff like that. But Larry, when you put out Levantre, when you put him out your house, you shared it to the internet. When you said, I put his mama out, I put his girlfriend out, I put Levantre out, you shared that. So why can't Bishop Bernard Jordan share that this man owe him $500,000 in rent? And that's a lot of money. If you owe somebody $500,000 in rent, that means you weren't planning on paying at all. $500,000? That means you got up on theirs, ain't paying a quarter. Like, that's ridiculous. So again, when you are involved and you have a lease, you must pay your rent. I don't care if the person is a pastor, bishop, apostle. If it's a contract, if it's a lease, you must honor that lease. And if you don't honor it, you literally going to get put out. I don't believe God speaks to them at all. But it's a lot of weird stuff. And then I'm like, if I don't have the $1,000, you mean to tell me I can't get a prophecy? If I don't have $1,000, you mean to tell me I cannot get a prophecy if I don't have $500? What if I don't have nothing, but I need to hear from God? And you're supposed to be a prophet. What about that? So again, you guys, I'm definitely praying that folks stop getting scooped. And Larry saying all he want to do is him to raise money and raise money. I'm like, Larry, you do the same thing. Y'all both cut from the same cloth. Y'all want to raise money online. Anytime you say you made $30 million, that's a lot of money. And a lot of people gave on that Patreon. So I'm not mad at it. If you're the person that say you believe in the ministry, because he played a clip, Larry played a clip of one of the members said, I'm on the Patreon. I have to unlearn church because I was done with church. But you can't be a Patreon member if you don't pay. But I always wonder, what about the poor members that need to hear from God? Can they get a word from God? You poor, got $0. You can't hear nothing from God. But if you give 1,000, you can get the word from God. The word of God is free. The word of God is free. Sanctification, salvation is free. Why are we charging these X amount of dollars on the word of God? So that's what I have to say about that. So I'm going to bring this show to a close because we're going to come back. We're going to talk about Milagro Graham. So let me get some more information about that. Little black boy, you're beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. And I'm going to have to come back and talk about Milagro, child. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you want to call in?
Yeah, you still out?
Oh, yeah, I'm still live. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jada.
Okay.
Because I was just about to hang up. I was like, well,
Okay,
wait a minute. Let me do the phone
yeah,
lines. Let me do the phone lines real quick because I want to make sure we do get the callers in. Go ahead, sis.
Okay. Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Did you hear about this Milagro drama before you get your thoughts?
Yes. Oh my God. Milagro is having a really rough year. You know, that's why you have to be careful of who you align yourself with, because whatever karma or get back that one person is getting can also fall on you too. I feel like ever since she got so consumed with this whole Tory Lanez situation and this whole bully Megan campaign that she was doing, I feel like it kind of I feel like it's just doing a domino effect, because as quiet as it kept, like before this whole lawsuit or before the Tory Lanez, before all of this even popped off, I remember people were saying that Milagro, you know, those mob parties was pretty like a freak off in a sense, like it was like a freak nick. And I've been in some of the station head rooms where they did talk about it. Did I stay in the room to listen to the full story? No, because I was not entertained by hearing that certain people have done, you know, some things with people there. And she will always say, well, everybody is grown and consenting adults and those things. So I'm really shocked and kind of taken back that they're suing her for allegedly $50K. Hopefully it don't go no more higher than that, because I mean, let's keep it real here. I mean, Milagro, she makes decent enough money to where she don't have to get a 9 to 5. She can just pretty much just wake up and turn her station head on and whatever and get the yapping, and she's getting a hopefully a check, you know. So I feel like she's making well enough money, but I don't think she's making to where she's making like above 6 figures or even really touching 6 figures to pay all this stuff, even if she does settle outside of court. I felt like, you know, kind of like what you were saying earlier about women and all of it being emotional and not getting along, or possibly not just always ready to fight. I feel like that also speaks volume in the Milagro situation as well, because, you know, Tasha K has reached out to her plenty of times privately and on her platform, trying to align her with her legal team, or at least refer her to her her bankruptcy lawyer that she is promoting, since helping her get her settlement decreased to a lower amount to where she is able to pay her and then still be able to live comfortably. And I feel like if Milagro would have taken that route and just went on and filed bankruptcy before this whole thing kicked off with Megan, then, you know, these folks here that are saying SA happened with them, I don't think they would have really had a leg to stand on, because she's already filed for bankruptcy. So that's how I feel about the Milagro piece. I'm really shocked, and it's really sad that she's going through a rough year. But if you notice, it's always women content creators that's getting the butt end of the stick. When guys content creators, they say the most outlandish, you know, things ever. So that's why I'm like, it all goes back to just being emotional and just, no. But that whole, I'm definitely seated with my popcorn and my holy water, because I am very interested in this new case. That whole Megan case, that's nothing. That's child play. Like, you really just throwing her out of spite, you know. I feel like Megan could have went about that a whole different way. But this one's a little bit more, like, this one lets us know, like, what be going on at those mall parties, because how everybody be talking, you know, it sound like it be some crazy stuff going on. But I'm just like, Milagro, girl, what do you have going on, girl? Because your business about to be out here in the street, you know. And as far as like the Nicki Minaj piece goes, I feel like she needs to take a break. I agree with you as well on that too. I do feel like Nicki Minaj needs to take a break. When you're going on different like platforms and you're just spreading so much stuff to a point that it just becomes a little sloppy. And sometimes you definitely need to take a step back and be like, you know what? Let me take a step back. Let me go touch grass. Let me sit down and recenter myself. And then once I mentally feel better and I release whatever energy that I have going on to where I'm literally spazzing out, I'll come back. Because she literally said and told everybody that she's done with music and she's not dropping the album. And then she got on her spaces and was like, oh, after talking to my husband, I'm going to drop this album and then I'm done. Then I'm going to retire and just be with my family. So I hope Nicki Minaj does retire. I feel like she should just pop out whenever like certain artists want to do records with her, and then she should just go back to living in her bubble, or just do a bunch of feature, like just do a feature run. I think this should be Nicki Minaj's last album.
Well, it's according to her contract. It's according to her contract. So if she have a contract when she owns.
And I'm gonna say something else. I don't believe Cardi. I think you said this. I'm not really sure because I was moving around, but I don't think Cardi B is worth more than Nicki Minaj as far as network goes, because Cardi B is in a 360 deal. Let's think about it. Let's turn it on. Let's just turn it on for 2 seconds. Look, if you go to her album, she has a bunch of samples on Am I the Problem? Janet Jackson is Sade. It's a song that's this Nigerian artist. He sampled Sade's song.
Okay. And
it's another Nigerian artist that did the remake of Brandy, Sitting on Top of the World. Burning Man or something like that. I don't know. Nigerian popular. They popular over here. They own 100% of the music. Like, there's people. So I can, if Sade and Brandy is saying, yeah, you can like sample my song, but I gotta have like a higher percentage. Like, you're only getting like 10 or 5% because you're using my beat or my melody or whatever. I can imagine how much Janet Jackson was saying like her percentages to that song. Like, she has a lot of samples. So I don't really think she made any money off this record. She had a bunch of samples, and she had her album, first week album. When her album dropped, she was selling her album for $4.99. So I can see people being excited to be able to finally afford a cheap record. Because let's be honest, people are not about to be running out spending $10 and $12 and $14 and $15 on something that you can listen to for free. But if you say, hey, I got this project that's about $4.99, and you can get a vinyl for $4.99, and hey, I'm gonna throw in a $5 coupon. All you got to do is pay shipping and handling, which is about $3 to $5. Of course, you know you're gonna mass buy or attempt to mass buy these records. But if you're selling everything for $4.99 and $3, and then you have samples on your album on top of that from legends, I don't think she really made a profit off of this album. Which I feel like this is the reason why she's which is the reason why I feel like she's going on tour, because she didn't really make no money off this album. So I think Nicki Minaj, she has money because Nicki Minaj, when Nicki released her music, it's underneath her own record label. It's not under nobody else. It's not under a machine. Cardi B has a machine.
No, Nicki have a machine too, because it's under, you know how you have your own label, but then you have the parent company, the big label is under there. So she do have a machine. Nicki have a machine as well.
I don't think her machine is like as big as Cardi. Because let's be honest, when the last time you heard a Nicki Minaj record on the radio? Remember last year, she dropped a lot of good songs last year.
But that's an issue with her marketing team, because you have to pay to play on radio.
It's
you have
the
to push.
Machine. It's the machine. Why every time when Cardi drop a record, it's all over the radio?
Can you say that it's just bad business on Nicki Minaj's behalf that is not on the
No, I think it's just because she's independent, kind of like Megan. Megan, she's independent too.
And Megan stuff was on the radio. So Megan stuff was on the radio, but she didn't really sell that well. But Nicki still have a solid fan base and stuff like that. But yeah, but I'm glad you brought up that point, because she do have a label, and it's a gospel singer that's signed on her label. I can't think of the gospel singer name.
I know he's
that's signed to Nicki Minaj's label. So we wish her well. But
I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but I seen that she signed. It could be a rumor. Don't laugh, Wiley. But I heard she signed Fantasia.
Oh, Fantasia. It's not a gospel singer. It was Fantasia. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that she signed Fantasia to Heavy on It Records. So I don't know if that was like 100% true, but I did see that public.
Right. Okay.
That public somewhere.
Yeah. Republic is her machine. Republic Records.
Yeah. Republic. Yeah. She's
so that's a powerful label. That's a powerful label. So.
But her own label is heavy on it. It's kind of like Young Money. It's kind of like how Cash Money is the head honcho, but Young Money is like right underneath them. You know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do. I think Nicki Minaj, she just needs to take a break. Just take a mini break from social media, because even though she may know what she's talking about, other people don't. And if you're not going to put it on the floor and just say X, Y, and Z did this to me, X, Y, and Z never, if you're not going to put it on the floor, then just stop with the goddamn riddle. Keep that stuff in your music, because at this point, I'm kind of confused. I was standing with her at first, but then I'm like, girl, come on now. I'm windmilling now. And as far as the religious sector, all them, they're false prophets, okay? They're fake, and they're going to hell with gasoline draws. It's so sad how they use religion to manipulate people, or to manipulate them into like this cult mentality that if you don't do certain things for them, then they're not going to prosper. And I don't like that. And their karma and what's coming to them, that's going to come to them 10 times fold, because that is just so crazy. But that's all I had to say, Wiley. Thank you for having me up. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Oh, Lord. Okay, so y'all, let me get this tea with Milagro. We've been on for an hour. Do anybody else want to call in? Child, it's so much going on in the world. I wasn't expecting that today. It is so much going on in the world. Give me a second. All right. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. I would love to find them court documents. So if y'all have them court documents, email me at widelyshow@gmail.com. I would love to have them court documents. So again, we will have to come back. We got to get some more information. Little black boy, you're beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. And we will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.